hey, Broken World Entertainment, and we have a first official behind the scenes photo released from James Gunn himself of a set for Superman, formerly Superman Legacy, now just Superman. And it's obviously showing us what we all predicted, that we will in fact be going to the Fortress of Solitude, which a lot of people immediately jumped on. That's what it was going to be when we got that image of the crest with the snow on it, which also debunks immediately the faked behind the scenes photo of David Cornsweet in the suit, because that clearly is not in snow, and they are filming in Norway, and they've only started filming in Norway. So we'll have a look at what James Gunn says about this, because what the first scene they're filming is, but he also talks a little bit about Comic-Con, this year's Comic-Con. More specifically, will they or won't they be there? So we'll have a look at this little article first. So it says, James Gunn has revealed more details about his upcoming Superman reboot, including information about a specific scene. And it goes on, he's talking to this Norwegian media outpost, which I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce it. I think it's Slavabad Posten. Apparently the area is called Slavabad. I hope I'm saying that right. Anyone from Norway watching this, let us know in the comments, am I pronouncing that right? But here's what he says anyway about their first day of filming and what we can expect. And he says, we have filmed the first scenes, which are when Superman flees to the Ice Fortress. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the head of DC, the man who is in charge of all things DC Universe, the director and writer of none other than Superman, and he's calling the Fortress of Solitude the Ice Fortress. It's called the Fortress of Solitude there, Jimmy boy. But he goes on, we wanted a place that was beautiful and felt like being in the middle of the Arctic. So we looked at several places in the world, but there were many things that sold Slavabad for us over the other places. First, there is the natural beauty, but also the fact that you'll find a varied landscape here that you won't find anywhere else. And then of course we got the photograph of the incredibly cold looking area. Now all we get in the image is two gigantic fans. Actually there's three, I can see one over in the distance, setting up like camp and stuff. So they're clearly setting up rigging and whatnot. Now the other question would be, has he already become Superman and is retreating to the fortress, or has he discovered his powers and stuff and now he's going? Because look, once again, he's trying to say it's not an origin story, but we know it's an origin story. It's because it's the first time he meets Lois and Perry White and Jimmy Olsen and all this stuff. That's an origin story. And it's also said to be when Superman first reveals himself to the world. So will we have kind of like a Man of Steel moment of the first flight? So according to the reports as well, production was shooting at the location for around a week, which onlookers attempted to take photos, something which Gunn says he didn't mind at all, which is weird because every photo that comes out that he didn't release, he's freaking out over. That's what he's saying. Yeah, well, I didn't mind him taking photos, unless he's just talking about the set and not the actual cast or anything. But he said, we have had some people who have stood and watched, but that's perfectly fine because being interested in just watching is something completely different than when you have people trying to sneak onto the set to take pictures that they can sell. But it literally says onlookers attempting to take photos, and it's something Gunn said he didn't mind at all. So which is it? Is it you don't mind them watching, or you mind them trying to get the photos? Because they're still going to get those photos online. If they get any image of Corn Sweat in the suit, that's going online. And then James Gunn just there says, yeah, that's perfectly fine, while at the same time saying it's not. Very strange indeed. But then in regards to Comic-Con, would we be getting our first look at the cast and all that stuff at Comic-Con, at least in person? Well, James Gunn has confirmed that he'll be missing Comic-Con this year, and the reason for that is simple. He said to a fan who asked him would he be going to the event this year, he simply responded by saying, I'll be shooting. So they will be filming Superman at the time of Comic-Con. That doesn't mean they mightn't drop something at Comic-Con. Maybe the first official image of Superman in the suit, everything else. The first look at all the cast in their respective costumes and whatnot. Maybe some sort of put together teaser trailer. Nothing that gives you real looks into the movie, but kind of the reveal of the name and the date and stuff, and maybe you get a bit of the ice coming across the screen or something. Just one of those very simple kind of teasers just to get people pumped. But they definitely won't be there in person. Again, doesn't mean they won't give you something like a first look at the suit or something in that vein. But they have started filming. He's put out the official, now he's released 2 official images. The first one, of course, being the up close image of the new crest, which I didn't realize until I took another look at it, and a much closer look, that there's grooves in it, which I find very strange, which kind of makes it seem very padded. Is the suit going to be very padded? It's a bit weird to see that kind of lines in the crest. And then he's given us this one of this location in Norway, which again, it's literally just showing you them setting up camp or whatnot, but we know straight away that, and he's even said it, that it's the Fortress of Solitude. Unfortunately, he says it's the Ice Fortress. Fortress of Solitude. Get it right, James. Good God. Please God, don't call it the Ice Fortress in the movie. And look, we all want this movie to be good. Hell, we want it to be better than good. We want it to be great. I just don't have confidence in it. I don't have confidence in James Gunn, the people involved. Yeah, especially with Tom King being there. It's not just that as well. It's the fact that it's not even just a Superman story, because we're being introduced to so many other people in this movie. Superhero, that is. Like Hawkgirl and Green Lantern, Metamorpho. Even some of the, authority are getting introduced. And then, of course, we even know that he won't be the only Kryptonian in the movie, because by the end of the movie, we're getting introduced to Supergirl. It's just too much. It should just be a stand-alone Superman movie. No other superheroes. Your supervillain you want to bring in, like a Zod again or something, fine. But setting up other characters for next films, no. It should have been a simple, standalone Superman story. And then your next movie should have been a standalone, solo Batman movie. And then a Wonder Woman movie. And then you move on. But please let it be good. Again, I don't have much faith in it in James Gunn. But I want it to be good. And if it's not, it's the end of the superhero stuff. It truly is. If this movie is not a $1 billion smash hit with everyone from fans and critics loving this thing, it's done. Now, what I mean by it's done is audiences are done. They will still push forward. They may skip the Authority movie and rush their new Batman movie. If this fails, it might be we can't put out something like the Authority. If Superman failed, get a Batman movie out there quick. And if that fails as well, then I think they just knock it on the head. They're like, sorry James, but we're done. You're done. These movies are done. We're putting it to bed. We're moving on to different things. Back to Harry Potter or something. We'll have to wait and see. It's going to be very interesting times. But I still think they're making the mistake of overblowing this movie. And then you hear the budget. And James Gunn has shot down the budget, but in the area they are filming and stuff, you can get the tax information. It's like if you ask for the tax information, they have to give it to you. And it proves that the budget for this movie is an astronomical $364 million. That is ridiculous. Again, we'll have to wait and see exactly what we get. Especially if the first official trailer, first real look, has people like this new Crow reboot going, oh no. And then they're in very big trouble. We'll wait and see. So with that, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. You know the drill. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers. Can't believe that. Thank you so much to everyone. And with that, I will leave it there for this one. So cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.